If you invest just 5 minutes of your time to watch this video to the end today, it will be much more effective than taking lessons somewhere for 2 or 3 months. Just watch it to the end for 5 minutes. What you need to understand first is, let me swing in front of you like this. I'm trying to swing as horizontally as possible, and the right arm folds on the backswing, and the left arm folds on the follow-through. The circle doesn't move straight either. It will draw a circle like this, back and forth. If your power isn't as strong as the pros, we need to focus on this feeling as much as possible. This is the fastest way to get speed when you swing a golf club. Always based on my shoulders. This feeling of swinging, you need to know first how your arms should move to get the fastest speed. When trying to swing like this, the first point is that when I go into the backswing, I don't go straight and straighten my arm, but fold my right arm and then fold my left arm. Also, for the grip pressure, you shouldn't apply pressure to the entire grip, but apply pressure precisely to the 3 fingers of your left hand and hold the rest loosely to feel that the speed is definitely faster. If you have this force of moving straight back and forth here, you can never get speed. It also puts a lot of load on your body. Golf isn't about moving straight back and forth, but you have to be able to draw a circle like this. Now, based on the shoulders, if your path moves from top to bottom, you won't get speed. Even if it moves from bottom to top, only your hands will move busily, not the head speed, and the head won't accelerate at all. If it's not this way, you have to play golf with only strength. But since we don't have strength, we must focus on this method as much as possible now. To swing with this method, what we need to focus on when we take our address is that our path is not a path that moves straight back and forth like this, but we bend the spine angle the same way, and if we swing with that feeling in that state, our path is bound to draw a diagonal line like this. Keep holding this feeling, and when you bend from this feeling, you need to grasp where our path is. At this time, the right arm folds like this. Just as the right arm folds, it should fold during the backswing too. If you pull with your body because you want to get speed, this also makes it difficult to get speed. If you get speed with the force of pulling and releasing, the club will release too quickly. So instead of getting speed with a bang at the ball's position, the speed will be fast on this side and slow on that side. Therefore, during the backswing, you must feel our club moving like this. You must never do a pulling motion using your hands, because then you will inevitably over the top on the downswing and the club will have to release. So you need to think about this part first. The second thing to focus on is the 3 fingers of the grip that I mentioned earlier. For me, to swing this club comfortably like this, the moment force is applied to the index fingers of both hands. Instead of moving this club, you will feel like you are pulling with your arms again. This right hand must be very soft and the left hand must be held a bit firmly so that you will feel this releasing sensation during the backswing and you will feel the head being thrown. Especially the moment excessive force is applied to the right hand, it's hard to get speed on the downswing, so you should think about this part. The third is the issue of rotation, but many amateur golfers lack flexibility. Then we must eliminate motions that block rotation. When do motions that block rotation come out? It especially comes out during this address. At address, if you bend your knees a lot and have a posture where your hips are tucked in like this, your upper body will be standing up like this. If I put a lot of weight forward instead, my upper body will tilt a lot. If your knees are out and your hips are in, you try it too. Rotating with your upper body bent is very comfortable, but it's very difficult to rotate when your spine has your hips sticking out and your upper body is standing up. When rotating, what we need to care about is the angle of the upper body at address. You don't need to straighten your knees completely, but just a very slight bend is enough. And your weight must be forward as much as your upper body is bent forward to rotate during the backswing. Being able to rotate comfortably is very important for getting distance. But ironically, most people set up this address so they can't rotate, and then they force rotation, hurting their back, and because they can't rotate, they ruin all golf movements with a really severe over-the-top swing, which is the main cause. So it would be good for you to think about this part at address too. Second, the part to care about at address is that the moment your hands are too high or too low, it causes a decrease in head speed. For example, in this comfortably held state, let me swing my wrist. If I swing, my hand is not in a pressed state, but the head is thrown and the wrist becomes straight. And if I try to swing with my wrist tightly held, the head doesn't swing well in the state where the wrist is pressed. So at address, you can place the left and right positions on the end line of your left thigh like this. If you have a belt, you can align it with this first loop of the belt. If you hold it like this, we go to the backswing, and then on the downswing, feeling the head weight, we release the force of the right thumb and index finger and the left thumb and index finger so that this motion of the wrist being slightly raised like this can come out naturally. And if you swing as it is, even if you don't try to lift it on purpose, the wrist will naturally stand up due to the centrifugal force of the head. So you must keep this part in mind when hitting the ball. I can't guarantee you that hitting like this will increase your distance by dozens of meters. But if you do this, you will get the most ideal club speed from the club speed you have. If you follow other things without this part being done, as I said earlier, you can hurt your back and rotation won't happen easily, causing a lot of problems. So this short video I'm sharing today is a very important video for you. If you didn't understand, try writing it down in a notepad, whether I am keeping this well. If you are not keeping just 2 or 3 of the things mentioned today here, you are trying to get speed with a posture that makes it very difficult to get speed. So if you definitely try the lesson I gave today, I can be sure that you will also get the best results. If there's anything else you don't know, leave a comment and I'll read them all one by one and answer them by filming a video. I will see you in the next commute lesson. Thank you.